Ugly Inside TV outside St Mary's. Dan, it's been a long time since the home game, 5 weeks. Still nothing's much changed. Still in the bottom three, more or less, from the beginning of March, and we are fighting for our lives now to just try and stay up in the division.
Not in the last 20 minutes we weren't. As soon as that first goal went in, it was straight away heads down. There's no Højbjerg, maybe a little bit, but there's no leaders in that team. And as soon as that first goal for Chelsea went in, there was only one team going to win it.
You could see they could smell the blood. You know, they're like sharks in water. We were stranded. We were 2-0 up. Had nothing left in us.
There was plenty left in us, but they've just not got. Obviously, Hughesy said it. There's no confidence in the team. But for me, there's no leader at the back. There is no one. They're all good centre halves, but they're not dominant centre halves. And you need a dominant centre half. I mean,
what did you make of Bednarek's Premier League debut today?
I thought Bednarek did really well today. Obviously, the goals added a bit of extra shine to it, but he looked assured. Yes, he went clear it as soon as he could, but if that's the instruction, he got it clear most of the time. Yeah. For me, it's again Hoyt in the air, Yoshi gets caught in the air. It's just they're not dominant defenders, so you can't knock them too much because we need a dominant defender, but we haven't got one.
Yeah, we've been lacking that ever since Fonte left, ever since Van Dijk left. But you sit in the Northern, you could see that goal when it came in from Chelsea on the left hand side. Giroud gets up, absolutely hammers it off his head in the goal. 2-1, hoots on the floor in a heap. Is it embarrassment or is he injured?
Oh, to be fair, Giroud's a big boy. He's probably taken a good whack. Just listen, Giroud did that in January or whenever it was when we played Arsenal, December. So we know what he's about. But for me, someone just said it. I've heard a lot of people say, "Oh, we don't score enough." Today, you score 2 goals at home. You're 2-0 up. That should be fine. Last 4 games, we've conceded 3 goals in each game. That's 12 goals. That's where we're being let down at the minute.
And the only positive out of today's goal difference is only 1, but it's nothing on the shine of things, really. I mean, next up it is Leicester, Claude Puel. You know, obviously we got rid of him last season. Lots of people giving us a bit of stick. Oh, why are you getting rid of Claude Puel? Look where you are now. I mean, what have we got to do Thursday to just kill the game off?
Win it. Win the game. Ignore whoever the manager is. Doesn't matter who the manager is. Doesn't matter who you're playing against. Go and win the game. Today, it seemed that for large periods that was our mentality. We're going to win this game, but that's what I worry is. If we concede up there, we're in trouble.
What do you think our approach should be? I mean, it was only 1 swap today. Bednarek in for Stevens. Stevens obviously out again. Do you think he'll stick with the same side? There's a lot of spirit in that team today.
Definitely. I mean, there were a few performances that were questionable, but you can't say that most of them didn't put their all into it. For me, it's just tricky to see. It's just hard to watch, really, because as we've seen today, they can do it, and we just haven't seen it enough. And they didn't do it for the whole game again. For me, again, today, Hughes got it right to start, but then when push comes to shove, didn't make the changes early enough for me. As soon as that first goal's gone in from Chelsea, even possibly before then, you've got to make a change. Have to make a change. To bring Gabbiadini on in the 92nd minute, what's the point? What is the point?